Great. Welcome to the Moneywise channel, a place where we speak of inspirational things and the power of setting up goals. On this particular version, what we're going to be doing is just talking about topics that we know people have a lot to say about it, and just give our opinion, hopefully some information that can help you along your day and your path of being great. We also have on the phone the person that's over the channel called Moneywise channel. What's the exact name of your channel? I want to make sure I say it right.
Moneywise channel.
Okay, because I get confused. Mine is Moneywise, so so you got the Moneywise channel, so she's gonna come over and help me out my channel so we can get a female's perspective as I'm giving a male perspective. So this is gonna be great. On today, we're gonna speak about the topic of dealing with JayZ. I think it's a great topic. So before I give my opinion of it, and we start that, there's an article from Hip Hop DX, so I'm going to give them their credit. And I'm going to have, probably just let you go ahead and just read through the article, then we can give our opinion. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, JayZ dinner versus 500K debate is settled by the official title account. A friendly debate erupted on Twitter earlier this week that had hip-hop fans choosing between a dinner with JayZ or $500,000. Par for the course, the responses were mixed. Some Hove fans got really deep about their belief one dinner with the Rock Nation mogul would give them the blueprint, no pun intended, to billionaire status. As one confident fan wrote, "I'll explain, since most can't comprehend. Dinner with JayZ is the better option over 500K because of the knowledge and expertise he has. He'll give you the blueprint on being wealthy and successful. His knowledge will be worth more long-term than the short-term 500K. There was a tweet from Side Hustle King, and he said, "I'll explain, since most can't comprehend. Dinner with JayZ is the better option over..."
That's the tweet. That's the tweet you just read, right?
Yes, this is the tweet that I just read.
Yeah, cool, great.
Okay. Others begged to differ. With a healthy dose of sarcasm, another person replied, "JayZ, how do I become rich like you? Well, when I was young, I was given the choice between 500K and dinner with a famous musician. Obviously, I went with the 500K. But Hove's streaming company Tidal quickly settled the debate with a simple tweet, "Take the 500K. The message arrived on Wednesday night, September 8th, as the topic began to trend on Twitter. And it wasn't the first time either. In 2018, the same question was posed, although the sum was only $50,000 at the time."
Once again, we want to give the credit to Hip Hop DX for that article. That was a great article, and that's a great topic. Should you take the 500K, or should you take dinner with JayZ, Sean Carter? And that's an important question because you want to jog the mind because he is a billionaire. Some say multi-billionaire. So to sit with him, there is some knowledge he could probably give you and some wisdom. So I could see why people would ask the question and it would stimulate the mind. What you think? What you think about it?
I agree with what you said, too, because the information would definitely take you.
Hold on a second. Something's happening with you're flicking in and out. So go ahead and talk again. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I agree with what you said. The information will definitely take you further than the money because you can capitalize on the information and do what you want to do with it. So in that case, I would say I would go with the dinner to get the information.
Well, when you say you agree with me, you saying I'm saying to take the dinner instead of the money? Is that what you're saying? Because you said you agree with me. Is that what you're saying I'm saying? Or
no,
you're
I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
Okay, got you.
For myself. Now, everybody has to make their own decision with this information because everybody's different. You know yourself.
Right. Yeah, because I would take the money because the only reason I say that because I have a plan. I would have my own plan, so I wouldn't have to really personally talk to him to get a plan.
Right.
Now, if I didn't have a plan, then I would rather talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that don't have a plan, I would think it's important because without a plan, it doesn't matter how much capital you have.
Right.
You can go to the bank and get a loan for $50,000, $500K. People actually get loans for $100K, $50K all the time, $500K all the time. How? Because they go get a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this happens a lot.
Yeah.
But their plan is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I would never get a loan for $100K, $500K and go get a house. That doesn't make any sense to me. I would go do something else with the money. So because I have so many plans, but if you don't have one, then you should. Instead of taking $500K to go buy a house, you should go talk to Sean Carter.
Yeah.
So he can show you how to do this, son.
Right.
That's how he said it.
Right.
So that's the difference. So it would come down to that. So it's not really per se a wrong or right. It's where I agree with you. It's about the individual, what's best for them. But that would make it more detailed. Because otherwise you're leaving people out like, well, how do I know if I should make that move or not?
Right.
Well, do you have a plan? Because let's make it real simple. Do you have a plan? Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
So what do you think about that?
I agree with that. If you have a plan, then take the money, because you can take the money and carry out your plan because you already have a plan. So you have the capital now to go through with your plan. But if you don't have a plan, you need to go and seek information because the money isn't going to do anything. You're going to get it and you're going to blow it.
Yeah, depending on what level you're at in your starter kit. Because this is the thing. The question would be, you only can get certain answers if you have certain questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing about being on the Moneywise channel is where we deal with that about how are you looking at it and what's your perspective. So if you look at it from a point of, all right, I'm going to sit down with anybody that's a billionaire and I'm going to ask them questions. The question to yourself would be, what questions are you going to ask? Because if you don't have, with the 500K, with a plan, you asking different questions. You have zero money, and you're sitting with someone, you're asking different questions. It's just different where you're going to be at as far as your starter kit or you're already involved in your business and your plan. It's going to be two different ways you're going to come in. So let me ask you this. Who do you think will get the best or the most information? The guy that comes in that gave up the money, or the guy that took the money and went and did something and came and seen Sean Carter?
The guy who took the money and did something with it.
And why do you believe that?
Because they're involved in their business now. They have a different set of questions to level up what they did with the money.
Right. I agree with that because it's just a different perspective.
Right. Right.
And I know people like to have the dream of that people will believe that you respect their time. But when you don't have anything at all, it's really hard for you to respect their time.
Yeah.
It's just hard to because you don't even understand that type of respect for that type of time.
Exactly.
It's just impossible for you to understand it. It's like I seen a meme that said, me at giving up the 500K dinner with JayZ, me, and they say what they would say. They said me, and they would say, so JayZ, what does the Z mean? And then JayZ says, check please. So that's a problem, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Total different set of questions.
So he's out, 500K is gone.
Right.
And everybody knows that's his temperature. He's not going to sit there. So 500K is gone. Right. You ask this man, why is there a Z in his rap name? This is silly.
Exactly.